This is in response to and up to the second conference I just had with His Grace Brian the White, Brian Mize, who has now decided that he is both a traitor to the Shackley Corporation and to Empower Network. I'm still deciding whether he may be a traitor to Veritasia. Okay. But the issue between me and you, Brian, as I've been trying to put forward, okay, is that if you are going to not blame me for doing my job, whether I'm doing it right or wrong, okay, you just challenged me with how many people have I contacted about Empower Network, because you know Empower Network is where the money is. Okay. And I responded one, you. Okay. And at that point we reached an impasse, because not only did you fail to listen to me when I had told you point blank that my sanity was what was at stake, Brian. Okay? I sacrificed a call from my brother, who is now going to be worried about me, in order to try and explain you out of your disobedience. Okay? The object of the game, as far as you are concerned, and until further notice, sir, whether you wish to do it or not, please advise me whether you wish to do it or not. Because if you do not wish to do it this time, I will chop off your head and resolve the situation. Okay, you will be permanently killed out of Veritasia. You will have to renegotiate with me personally, and there will be an entirely different set of rules of engagement. Okay, because our God is a resurrecting God. When I speak of chopping off your head, I'm trying to make a point, Brian. I can kill you and resurrect you at will. I have that kind of authority. That's what makes me the eldest magician. Okay, so stop assuming that you know what I'm doing when you don't know what I'm doing. Okay? I was trying to set up a situation where if I got, let's suppose that it took me a year to do it. I don't want it to take me a year to do it, but let's suppose it did. Okay? If it took me a year to complete basically the first $15,000 marketing campaign that Veritasia ever did, and I set the offer out on the table in front of you. I said $15 for a lifetime, provided you are one of the first 1,000 founding members. Okay? You specifically asked me then, what was I going to do with that money? You did not let me finish when I told you what I was going to do with that money. I was going to use almost the entirety of that money, sir, to join all the way in with all of Empower Network. Okay? So like everything I could possibly learn from Empower Network, well, I had all the products, I had all the access, I had all the income, because that's one of the things that being all in does for people. You get things like, $3,500 per sale at the upper end product. Okay? So once I get all in with Empower Network, sir, the financial piece of what I'm going to do with Veritasia is basically over. Okay? And it's not that I don't want to become a wizard, it's that I want to secure a place for you in the history of our company, in the history of our game, and you refuse to let me do that. So are you in or are you out? Okay, at this point, it's all in or all out. I'm not going to risk my sanity trying to teach a stubborn man who will not obey me in the least little thing. Okay? How dare you try to teach me that it is my job to contact, I don't care whether it's the first 12 people or the first 1,000 people. Okay? You may assume, sir, that I already know that. That's why I was trying to teach you your part of the problem. So, with all due respect, and you'll notice that I'm sounding much less strident. Okay, I did get good information from you, sir. It's useful. And now that it's useful, it's actually going to stay up here. Okay, I'm not going to bother talking to you anymore about like how to generate a viral reaction, because you just can't get your head around it. You refuse, and it is an active refusal, an active disobedience on your part. Every time I give you the tiniest little thing to do that will help me, you first of all demand to understand it, and when you don't understand it, instead of obeying me, you immediately start asking questions about why are you not doing it differently? Why are you not getting paid faster? Okay. Let's say it takes a year for me to get the first 1,000 people interested. Okay. If I never touch anything else and I jump all the way into Empower Network, suddenly I am the eldest magician in Veritasia. I can thus expand Veritasia in all directions, which that's my job. I can expand it in all directions at once, and you'll never be able to catch up to me again, sir. That's my concern. You know, if you're not with me now, then you may as well say that your old friend Fox Carmody is a con artist. That's what you said about David Wood. Okay, that's what you said by your actions about David Wood, sir. We happen to disagree about that point. That is the point of contention between us. But either you're willing to say, oh, Fox Carmody is a con man because I can't figure him out, or you're willing to follow after me. Look, I don't understand what the hell's going on here, but I'm going to try. Okay, that's another point of contention between us. Do or do not. I'm going to do the assignments I am given, whether I understand them or not. Okay? All due respect, never stop loving you for a minute. Okay? But I'm not going to bang my head against the wall making much more effort than I need to be making. Okay? I will not push you about Empower Network anymore. I will not push you about Shackley anymore. We're past that point. Okay? But if you're going to be part of the Veritasia universe, then you goddamn well better be asking me questions in a more respectful manner. Okay? Right now you're carrying the only valid Veritasia license on the planet. You don't know what you have. That's your basic problem, sir. You don't know what you have, so you can't even transmit your proposal. I understand your frustration with all of that. And you ask very good questions. But let me show you a little tiny piece of what I understand about the viral marketing effect. Okay. You put up a response to this video. Suddenly we've got 2 videos up and they both point into the Veritasia system. Okay? Then we do it again, whether it's whether it's a day later, a week later, whatever. Let's assume it's a week later. Week later we have now 4 videos up. Then we do it again and we have 6, and then we do it again and we have 8. Okay? And it keeps multiplying like that. It's what's called a viral impact effect. Okay? So we get more eyeballs, we get more traffic by definition, the slow way. Nobody spent any money. Okay? I don't have it to spend. That's one of the controlling variables of the problem. I don't have it to spend. Okay? You told me you didn't have the $650 that it would take to help me advance where I needed to go. I'm like, oh, no problem. No problem. It's not that I don't want to relax, Brian. It's that I got close to a threshold collapse. And what I don't appreciate is I don't appreciate having to spend the time with you when I could have been using it talking to my brother, who is god-awfully worried about me anyway. And of course he's giving me, objections that are built in a completely different mindset. He thinks I haven't found my niche yet. Okay? But the 3 controlling variables that will help me advance is I need 12 people on my front end, 12 people as my personal mastermind group. I need 1,000 people on my top end, so I have a built list to sell things to, and I need about $650 in cash if I want to take the next shortcut that feels good to me about how to expand the business in general. Give me another product to sell, another commission structure on top of the fact we have Veritasia and Shackley and Empower Network, and basically they should all be working in synergy. Okay? But trying to explain viral complexity to someone who won't take the first step action, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen again. Okay, so love you. Bye-bye.